Okay, there's a couple here. There's one here. You see, 2, 3. 到目前的为止，我们到大概6只而已啊，真的不多，赚不到钱呢，要钱也不够啊。
来了，你看，又来了。
Earlier we watched them catching the small elvers or baby eels on the beach with the nets towing them along through the water. Now we're here in Wushigang and we're going to try a different way to catch them on these boats. Wushigang is one of the largest harbors here in Yilan. It is a Class 1 harbor and it also goes back to the 1800s. It was founded in 1826. Here are all these type of R boats, R-class boats, and you'll see they're made up of all types of tubes tied together. They're sampans. So you have small ones here, you can see here, or even large ones over across there, and we're going to be getting on that type of boat, a sampan. And the reason they use the sampans here is because they have a much less draft. These type of boats are more suited for inland or closer to the shore. These boats are also specialized in dragging nets. They catch either small elvers or they catch barahi, also small fish depending on the season. A little later on, we'll get on the boat when it gets dark and we'll go catch some elvers. If you do this for a hobby, you can pick your days, but if this is your business, you have no choice. The weather's terrible again, it's raining, but we're gonna go out anyway. Ahe is gonna take us out. 你是昨天也是出海是吧？
是。
昨天情况怎么样？
今年其实蛮差的。
你觉得是那个火山有影响吗？
我不知道是。对，我怕被日本人骂。
也不一定，不是他们呢。
对。
A lot of people think that the fishing isn't so good because of a volcano off the coast of Japan that erupted, and we've seen those pebbles on the beach earlier. 那我们大概几点钟出发了？
天黑就开始作业。
我以前做金融业的，我到现在搞不清楚那个价钱是哪里来的。
它跟股票一样，它是一个期货市场。看那个陈鳗，陈鳗现在1公斤是500多块，他用那个来参考。价钱好是因为后来蒲烧鳗应该是日本人研发的，蒲烧鳗一出来之后，它价钱才开始慢慢。我听我爸爸说，一开始我很小的时候，这个鳗苗是用来喂鸭子跟鹅的。
对。
然后后来开始用称斤算的，后来才算一条几毛钱这样。然后后来才慢慢越来越有价值。随便一抓一年平均你要抓个100-200万，其实不是很困难。那是今年真的很特殊。对。可是你等一下出去就知道好不好赚了。对啊。
We just left Wushigang and we're heading out the coast of Yilan, about half a kilometer off the coast of where we were filming the people fishing on the beach earlier. We've put in the nets. If you remember those long beams that you saw when we were back in the harbor, they're all out in the water now on either side, and they're dragging the nets behind them. We're doing about 1.5 knots now, going very slowly, trying to scoop up the eels. So this is the most traditional way of catching the fish here. And tonight, because it's rough, there are not many boats out. I was talking to the captain earlier. He said sometimes there's up to 200 boats out here. But tonight, it looks like we're the only ones. So every 10 minutes, he'll pull the net in. So 10 minutes is up. He's gonna pull the end of the net in right here. And he's gonna take a look to see if there are any eels in there. And he puts the net back in, ready for the next batch. And now we're checking to see if there are any eels in it. You see all these little rocks here? This is the volcanic rock that we were talking about from Japan. So we're now going to check to see if there are any eels in there. None. Do it again. 没有，就 brahia. Also none. He's going to take the finer net and see what is in there. Wow! Cow. Oh, 湿湿的. There's one. The one right here. Right there. There's another one there. And a third one. We're using a paintbrush so that we don't kill it. 看得到吗? Okay, we let him in now. And he's already getting ready for the next. Now I'm wet. That's it. I was dry. Now I'm wet. Game over. So he's gonna pull it up again now. Let's see. Yo. 谢谢的. Okay, there's a couple here. There's one here. You see? 2, 3. 3. 好像没有啊。我到目前的为止，我们到大概6只而已啊。对啊，真的不多。赚不到钱呢，油钱也不够啊。Not enough. We only got 6 so far. Not enough for the gas. Yeah, 有。There's one. 这里 2, 3 here. Come on, boy. Another one. 4. Another one. 5. Another one here. Here. 6. Here's another one. 7. There he is. Well, there's a lot of squirming going on here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 没了。We just went out and this is all we got. A long night, big waves, and not a lot of fun. So I just want everyone to remember when you eat your eel on rice, it's really not an easy job. 我要谢谢你的耐心带我们出去。
哪里？
谢谢。Catching the eels only happens during the winter months. Raising them is a full-time job that goes year-long. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're here because this is the place where the baby eels are being collected, and they're just preparing the ponds that will raise them to a larger size. Standing next to me is Chairman Yang. He is a legend in raising eels in Taiwan. He's been doing this for 50 years. 今天晚上最重要的工作是什么？
今天抓起来就是要选大、中、小，大的、中的要运到云林县去养大鳗，小的放在这边。
为什么这个工作已经在晚上做的？
因为这个小鳗。白天抓会震到土里面去，太阳还没有出来抓完，里面就没有苗了。
There's about 200,000 eels in these ponds here, and that's from the first group of eels that came in Taiwan. This is groundwater. 那个水的温度是大概多少？
它28度，你试试看是咸的，有一点盐的。
对啊 the water's a little bit salty. It's brackish, but not very. sometimes the old ways are the best ways. What we have happening now are two important parts of the procedure. They're sorting the eels, and the first part of sorting them is to put them in the different compartments so that they can be raised in different places depending on their size. But the other important part of what's happening now is to determine the weight of each size of eel so that they can be sold. In other words, it's too difficult to count them at this stage on, so they will figure out how many are in 1 kilo for the small eels, how many are 1 kilo for the medium eels, how many are 1 kilo for the large eels, and that way when they sell them, they'll be able to just do it by weight instead of by counting them. So this yellow box here is the computer. And inside of this box, you will see this kind of mesh here. This is the brain of the computer, this grate here. And this grate sits at the bottom of the box there. And when they pour the water onto it with the eels on it, the small eels will slide through. And they will use different ones to grade them. But today, they're grading 3 types of grades. And you'll see when they push the water through, the eels will come through. And then they'll go into 2 different departments there. And that's how they sort them.
来了，你看，又来了，这都是大鼬。
对，这是8个月。You can hear them munching away. The eels love it. They feed the eels once a day at around 9 o'clock in the morning, and they're fed a combination of fish meal, fish oil, and other vitamins that they mix up into this brown batch, and then they put it in there. The eels are already conditioned that when they hear the machine running, they come closer, so they're already expecting and anticipating their meal. If they need to raise them more quickly, if there's an order to get them quicker, faster, they will even feed them twice a day, I'm told. It's almost 12 o'clock noon, and we're at the end of a long day that started at 2 o'clock in the morning with Banjang and his crew. If you recall, this morning we sorted the eels into 3 different groups: small, medium, large. The small ones were brought over to the holding tank over there for further rearing, and the other 2 are here, and they're now preparing for the final step of the trip, which is to go to central Taiwan to grow to a larger size. The bag has ice in it, and the ice will help the eels go to sleep, help them relax. They're also putting in some oxygen to keep them alive for the trip. This truck, or kind of school bus as you could call it, is going to go to Yunling. Let's wish the baby eels a good trip and a good life for the next 10 months or 8 months as they grow bigger and are finally sold on to the end users. Welcome to my home. We spent so much time learning about the eels, I thought we'd try something different today. As you know, the eels are delicious when they're prepared the Japanese way, like this. But today, I'm going to prepare them in a more European way. I'm going to smoke these eels. You don't need much. You need the eels, of course. You need some basic ingredients. You're going to need salt, bay leaves, pepper, juniper, mustard seed. Now comes my favorite part, the testing. You can immediately see how oily this is. I have some fresh baked buns here. I'm just gonna eat it with bread. Cut a few pieces off like this. And then I'm going to slice my eel into little pieces. And then, the best part, put it in your mouth. It's very rich. A little bit of oily. You can taste the freshness of it, and you can taste the sweetness of it. Cheers. I want to thank you for coming and watching today. Welcome to my house again, and I hope to see you again soon. I'm the Happy Fisherman. You can watch my show and many other great shows on the TaiwanPlus network. Check us out, download the app, share us with your friends, click like, on the ding dong. I'm waiting for you in the fishing harbor.